Hi everyone and welcome to Fortress of Solitude. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the most misreferenced Superman comic ever. Chances are that if you've been on the internet in the last 3 or so years, you've seen this picture being used to defend Zack Snyder's controversial choice to have his Superman kill in his first film, Man of Steel. This panel is from the comic Superman issue 22 from October 1988. It's called Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Written by John Byrne, it details Superman killing 3 parallel Earth Kryptonians, General Zod, Quetzal, and Zaora, after they kill everyone on their universe and were unleashed on Superman's universe. The origins of this story begin when Superman visits a pocket universe in the 3-part story called the Supergirl Saga. This story ran between Superman issue 21, Adventures of Superman issue 444, and ending with Superman issue 22. The story arc was John Byrne's final one during his Superman run. In Superman issue 21, Superman makes contact with a woman flying around Kansas in a similar costume to his. The being says that her powers were given to her by Lex Luthor. After fighting with the Supergirl, Superman draws her to Metropolis and to Lex Luthor, confusing the Supergirl since this Luthor is different to the one that she knew who created her. In Adventures of Superman issue 444, both Superman and the Supergirl visit the universe the Supergirl tells Superman about. On this universe, they find out that Superboy has been missing for 10 years. Arriving in the universe, they are greeted by a red-haired young Lex Luthor. Discovering the Superboy's secret lab at the Kent farm, they activate a Phantom Zone viewer, where they find a man named Von L, the brother of that Superboy's father, Jor-El. Contacting them, he claims that his family hid in the safer parts of the zone to avoid Krypton's destruction. Guiding Lex in the creation of a projector to help free him and his family, Von L is revealed himself to be none other than General Zod, who after escaping with Zaora and Quetzal destroys the zone projector. Over the next 3 years, they decimate the world. Luthor leads a resistance against them while no other costume heroes exist on this Earth. Ordinary people such as Bruce Wayne, Hal Jordan, and Oliver Queen help out the resistance. Lex also manages to give his universe's Lana superpowers, allowing her to become the Supergirl that the Prime Earth Superman met. Luthor's fight was in vain, however, when the Kryptonians used their powers to destroy all life on the planet Earth, apart from Smallville, thanks to Lex Luthor's protective force fields around the town. Finding a way to transport Supergirl to Superman's Earth, Lex sends her to find the Man of Steel to aid them in bringing their fight against General Zod and his cohorts. Picking up in Superman issue 22, Superman leads the attack on the Kryptonians, who quickly kill all the human warriors and blasting Supergirl with his heat vision, causing her to revert back to her clay-like form. Reluctantly, Superman heads towards the ruins of Smallville. Finding Superboy's lab, he is attacked by Quetzal. Realizing that when the Time Trapper made this universe, he made the Kryptonians of it more efficient at gathering solar energy. It's here that Superman realizes that Quetzal can and will kill him. Fortunately, in this pocket universe, kryptonite exists in many forms, including gold, which will permanently remove the Kryptonians of this universe's powers. Using the gold kryptonite from the universe of the Kryptonians, he quickly captures them. He only survives with his powers thanks to the lead housing of the box focusing the radiation out of it, and the fact that this kryptonite only affects Kryptonians from this pocket universe. Finding a dying Lex Luthor, the last human alive on Earth, Lex apologizes for the deception with Supergirl. Asking why Luthor never used the gold kryptonite, Luthor says that his infamous ego got in the way, and that since he was the one to release them on this Earth, he felt responsible and they had to be stopped by his own hand. After Luthor dies, Superman confronts the villains and with no other option left at his disposal, showers them in green kryptonite radiation. Zod, cowering from the rays, says that Quetzal is the real leader of the group, which leads Quetzal to strangle Zod to death, killing him before the kryptonite can. The 2 remaining Kryptonians die from the radiation, leaving a teary-eyed Superman alone on the planet. Burying the bodies, Superman finds Supergirl's clay-like body and returns to his own Earth with her, where he leaves Supergirl with his parents and Lana. The issue ends with him thinking, I am still Superman, still the untarnished champion of humanity, when I know that from now on, things can never truly be the same again. Even though Byrne departed after this story, the consequences of Superman's actions were examined by Adventures of Superman writer Jerry Ordway and the newly recruited Superman writer Roger Stern. In Adventures of Superman issue 445, Clark returns to his family farm. Pa Kent tries to find out what troubles him, but he is unable to bring himself to confess what he has done, saying that I have to be alone to see if I can still live with myself with what I have done. The rest of the issue involves a fight with Brainiac, who uses psychic attacks to discover what Superman has done. Brainiac probes deeper into his mind, finding a schism of Superman's subconscious, leading to a massive burst of rage from Superman's mind, leading to Brainiac being comatose. In Superman issue 25, Superman suffers delusions when Brainiac, now under Luthor's control, tries more psychic attacks. This issue also leads to the debut of the new mysterious and violent anti-hero Gangbuster. It wasn't, however, the original Gangbuster, who was currently suffering from a broken back. Growing increasingly tired and lost over in Superman issue 26, it's finally revealed in Superman issue 27 that Gangbuster is really Clark Kent, who is completely unaware he is masquerading as the anti-hero. Horrified at what he has become, Superman decides that he must leave Earth and his life as Clark Kent. Coming clean with his parents, they are quick to offer up excuses, but none of these sit well with Superman, who says, I let my thirst for vengeance take control. I should have found an alternative to killing. I am Superman. Saying his goodbyes, Superman leaves Earth, and over the next several issues, Superman tries to come to grips with his actions and guilt, until he is captured by the warlord Mongol. During his time on Warworld, Superman meets a being called the Cleric, who once visited Krypton in its ancient past. Going there, he tells them of the evils of cloning. As a result of this, his followers were killed, and in shame, he exiled himself to an asteroid. In Superman issue 33, the Cleric and Superman seek out the device called the Eradicator. The device linked the two men as they relived scenes of their guilt. Superman watches as a jury of supermen, glowing deathly green, pronounces that the Phantom Zone criminals are guilty, leading to another Superman in the traditional Superman uniform but with a green executioner's mask, approaching the criminals and unseals the canister of green kryptonite, killing them for their crimes. As he describes his dilemma to the Cleric, he approaches behind the executioner and steps into him, becoming one, as the death sentence is carried out. Superman says, I buried them here amid the desolation they'd created, but I'll bury my shame. It was the first time I had killed another living being, and I swear it will be the last. The Cleric tells Superman that your exile has deprived your world of a great hero, your family of a loving son, so end your exile. He continues, adding that I've looked into your soul. Yours is the heart of a true hero. If you have sinned, it was in the cause of justice. Superman tells the Cleric that he believes that life is a precious gift. And the Cleric tells him that instead of escaping from it, he should embrace it and prove himself worthy of being Superman by living and working for the preservation of life. The strain on their psychic journey proves too much for the Cleric, who collapses. Dying, he repeats, Go forth, Superman, fulfill your destiny, do not fail me. Superman vows not to fail the Cleric, saying that as the stars are my witness, I will champion life over death for the rest of my days. With those words, Superman ends his exile and returns home in Action Comics issue 643. The lessons he learned during his exile are not forgotten though, and he continues to be a strong guiding force whenever Superman is faced with the choice of having to use deadly force. The consequences of this story were felt for years afterwards. The ghosts of the Phantom Zone criminals returned to haunt Superman in 1998's Superman Annual Issue 10, written by Dan Jurgens. The story was part of the Ghosts annuals that had members of the JLA being haunted by phantoms, ending with JLA Annual Issue 2. Jurgens then again references Superman's memories of his actions on the Pocket Universe and its effect on his moral code in Superman vs. Aliens miniseries. Early in the 3-issue Prestige series, Superman reflects on his execution of the Phantom Zone criminals, saying, killing those people was the worst thing I ever did. I was in agony, tortured to the soul. I had betrayed the core of my being. I am no killer. It's a measure of desperation I will never resort to again, no matter how deadly the threat. In the series, a weakened Superman must battle the deadly and relentless creatures to save himself and a young Kara of Argo City. Superman is pushed to the edge of his moral code as he defends himself, Kara, and Lois from the aliens. Though tempted, he refuses to kill. With his powers as Superman, he is convinced that there will always be another solution available to him. When he confronts the final alien queen, Superman says, "I look at you and all I can think of is the entire city of people who died. And God help me, I can't help but wonder if you should join them." Before saying, "No, I went down that path once before and I won't again." The reason this comic is so highly misreferenced is that people seem to think that Superman killed these beings, then just went back to normal Superman stories for the next 30 or so years. This is just not true. The effects of the story were felt throughout the years and took a toll on the Man of Steel both physically and mentally. Killing those Kryptonians broke him. The people comparing the story to Superman killing General Zod in Man of Steel are completely wrong. In the film, all he did was scream for a second and that was it. He wasn't affected at all by the actions he just did, which is then seen again in Batman v Superman, where in his introductory scene in the movie, Superman kills another person, tackling him through 2 walls at a high speed. Then again near the end of the film, where he tells Lois that he must kill Batman, saying no one stays good in the world. For Superman to say something like this goes against every little bit of his character. Superman wouldn't say that. He finds good in everything in the world and in people. Otherwise he wouldn't continue being Superman. He always finds a way. Thanks guys for watching my video. I hope you found it really interesting and informative. Leave your comments, let me know what you thought about it and your opinions on it and everything, and also try to keep it a bit civil. And yeah, catch me on the next one. Thanks guys. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my latest video, hope you enjoyed it. While you're here, why not check out another one of my reviews, like and subscribe my channel for more reviews and videos, and follow me on Twitter at Matt_FOS. Thanks guys, and I will see you all next time.